Welcome back. New Yorker Ken Holzer, a retired subway operator and Vietnam veteran, calls himself a student of history.
But 12 years ago tomorrow, he found himself at the center of history as an eyewitness to the World Trade Center towers falling on 9/11. Now he lives in Warner Robins and sat down with 13 WMAZ's Tom George to talk about the day he'll never forget.
I called that day the second day of infamy.
For New Yorker Ken Holzer,
I was born in Brooklyn and raised in Queens.
September 11th, 2001 was another day of delivering office mail in Manhattan. Then something came on TV.
Newscasters were down there, reporters, with the camera crews. And I just happened to look out the window when Tower 2 started falling, collapsing.
That's when Holzer decided to head back to his office uptown.
So I decided to try to get on the train and go back to my office. When I got to the train station, no trains were running. So I walked.
Joining thousands of others in the streets wondering what had just happened.
And that's when I was passing by this one restaurant. I started to see Tower 1 coming down, and I looked down the street because 6th Avenue was almost going into the Trade Center. And I seen it come down, that big cloud of smoke and dust and whatever was in it. That's when I said goodbye, Jim.
Holzer's friend Jim worked as a guard at Cantor Fitzgerald a few floors above where the plane hit. He'd helped arrange a job interview at his company for Holzer on September 12th, but by then it was just rubble.
They were incinerating. Jet fuel burns at a certain temperature, and that temperature is enough to start breaking down the composition of the steel.
Angered that Americans were attacked, Holzer went after a different job. A week later, he stepped inside a recruiting center in Times Square, ready to enlist.
This one, just out of basic training, he said, the recruiter don't want to talk to you. What's your age? I said, 55. Who cares? I'm willing to go. I'm a Vietnam vet.
Instead, life had other plans. He moved to Warner Robins in 2008 to be close to his son and family. But even in Georgia, there's one day every year he looks back at his time in New York.
I'm going to have the memories, the people that I personally knew that died in the buildings. It's sometimes hard to recover.
Now, Holzer says at the one-year anniversary of 9/11, he reached out to his friend's family. At that point, his friend's body had not been found.
Although Holzer wasn't allowed to join the military a second time, his grandson has served in the Marines, including tours in Iraq. All right, it's a nice story tomorrow. Of course, the anniversary, September 11th.
Gone by, too.
Already can remember it like it was yesterday, Ben.
Yeah.